I'm gonna be price estimating these just based on the looks and my ancient knowledge of headphones, which was about 10, 15 years ago. So these are Sennheisers. I recognize the bill of quality. HT6XX. I don't know what that model number is. So I'm gonna say like 800 US on those.
You've been so out of the game. You're gonna get this. Is gonna be so funny.
All right, these.
They're called
briefly told. I was briefly told that these are the new hot thing.
Yes, so they're called Meze Imperians. I won't even tell you what country they're from yet. So
I don't know the country they're from. I don't know anything about this company.
Yep.
But since they're new and hot, I'm gonna guess like, I don't know, 3K. Oh, okay. Focal.
Yes, a good old French company.
Focal.
Same. It's a speaker company.
Yep. Again, I know nothing about this company or these headphones.
You don't even know their speakers. Oh my god, this is going to be funny.
I know they're an audio company, but I've never like listened to any of their gear before. So, I'll say 1.5K on that.
Okay.
Susvara.
There's Hi-Fi Man, Susvara.
Hi-Fi Man. I kind of reckon these the Audis.
Odyssey. No, they're not Odyssey. I don't have any Odyssey.
Is that in that line?
Same company? Or? Not same company. No, Hi-Fi Man is not Odyssey. But
okay.
there is some. They started around the same time as Odyssey.
Okay.
I mean, in making that kind of making good headphones.
I like this metal chassis here.
Probably recognize where the idea came from too. Probably.
I'll say like 2.5.
Okay. And this is called Mr. Speaker's Ether Flow.
Okay, Mr. Speakers.
Actually, they have a new model, but I haven't got it here yet. But we'll deal with that.
Huh. Okay. Let's see. These are all dynamics.
And actually, this is not an aftermarket cable. Yeah, they're all except for the focals. They're actually all planar. Planar magnetic or isodynamic, as they say.
Oh, okay. Let's see. All right, for this pair, I'm gonna say like 1.2.
Okay.
All right.
We'll have some other fun. Try the ones at the back. They're also focal.
Focal.
So you recognize some similarities.
Okay. Let's see. Let's compare against these focals. Because, what did I guess on this one?
You said what, I forgot what you said. 1.5 or 2.5, 2 or 1.5? I don't know.
1.5, something like that. We can check the video.
Yeah, we can check. We can check later.
See how far off I am on these. This looks like the lesser model. So I'm gonna guess, if I guessed 1.5 on these, I'm gonna guess like 900, 800, 900 on these. That's my range.
Interesting.
Okay.
And then we've got one more down here, which is Campfire Audio Cascades.
Okay. Campfire Audio Cascades.
You don't even actually know who Campfire Audio is, which is really interesting. You're going to find out. It's going to be very interesting to see your reaction when you find out where all these companies are and what's going on.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. I haven't kept up with the high-end headphone game in quite a bit. Okay, let's see.
I should make you listen to them as well and then rate the price. That'd be very interesting. That'd be more fun, actually.
I don't know. We'll go 2K.
The owner will be impressed if you make this into a video. Yes.
All right.
Okay, so the reveal. Okay, so starting with, this is actually a HD650, the 6XX. So this company called Massdrop, I think I mentioned, they have, they were basically, originally they were bulk buying stuff and then they were selling it. And so, but some of the manufacturers didn't like people, bypassing the deals and bulk buying. So what they did is they worked with the companies and make custom products. So it's a unique product. So it's actually a HD650, but with slightly cheaper plastic.
Okay.
But it's the same drivers and this is the aftermarket cable as well. It's a very cheap aftermarket cable actually, but And so instead of being the last retail for the HD650s was about $450 US. About. This is quite a few years ago now. These are 200.
Wow. Okay.
So back in Australia, when I started in the 90s, these were like 8 to 900 Australian dollars, which was HD650s were anyway.
Yeah.
So the idea is they got them down to $200
Wow.
for HD650, basically, with a slightly cheaper cable too, I think. So the next, we did the Focal Utopias. These are the flagship headphones, and they came out. They have a beryllium driver, same as Focal speakers, which you haven't seen Focal speakers, so you won't know. And ignore the funny thing on here, which I'm playing with as well, because someone's going to point that out in the video. They are $4,000 retail.
Wow.
So $4,000, and they're beryllium drivers.
4K.
Now, you were right that these are called the LX. They're actually the Massdrop, same company as this, Massdrop Focal LX, and they're a retuned version of the about $800 or $900 version, cheaper, the bottom of the range, the Ilia. And they're slightly retuned by the guys at Massdrop, and they are, what are they now? 700? I forget. 700 or 800. I get my numbers mixed up between 500 and 1,000, so I'll just correct it on the video. But yeah, they're the cheaper version. So they're the Massdrop LX, and they're all black. But the Elia isn't all black; it's got some silver in there. But it seems that all the Massdrop stuff is all black. These are the Hi-Fi Man Susvaras. They're from China. Hi-Fi Man and did kind of get into planers about the same time Odyssey did. These are $6,000 US.
Oh wow!
And they're the ones that require a speaker amp to drive.
Okay.
They're actually gold plated. You can see the gold plated drivers in there.
Oh yeah.
They might not look quite like $6,000, but they do sound very good out of the speaker amp. So I think part of the $6,000 thing is that the Chinese and like the Asians always bargain stuff down. So if you have a dealer and you say, oh, it's a $6,000 pair of headphones, and they get bargained down to $3,000, maybe or $4,000, they're still making a profit. I think that's how the reason that they're ridiculously priced, because people mocked them, because they're a successor to the old HE6, and the HE6 was the old flagship, which was $1,200. So when they said there was a HE6 successor at $6,000, everyone was like, what? So they changed the name to Susvara, and it kind of blew over. But they're really good. They kind of compete with the Focal and the other ones. So this is Mr. Speaker's Ether Flow. These are a guy called Dan Clark who was modifying the Fostex. The little Fostex TH, the monitors, the cheap planar monitors you could get, maybe TH50. And he was modifying them, he'd damp them and everything, and they sounded really good. And then he ended up 3D printing his own cups. And then he ended up doing a full headphone, which was the Ether, originally called the Ether. This is Ether Flow, which has got some upgrades to the way planars work. But he's actually 3D prints his own stuff. And these are really cool because they use, if you ever had braces, yeah, this like wire is Nitnol wire, the same thing that's in braces. You can take them and twist the hell out of that. You can really twist the hell out of that, and it will not deform. So you can actually twist it into it. And he was going to send them originally in a tube. He's going to twist them into a tube for customers, but it's probably a bit too crazy. But
tell me the price before I start.
These ones, no. They were about 1,800.
Okay.
About he does cheaper ones now, which are about half that price, called the Eon Neon Flow, which are even simpler. And but they're pretty good. I mean, even for about almost $1,000 less, the cheaper ones are actually almost as good sounding. So they're he's an interesting guy. Lives down in San Diego, and he makes really novel designs. Like engineers from other manufacturers come up to the booth in Tokyo and they go, what the heck? Why didn't we think of this? So he's kind of been really revolutionary. Now these are, we'll go back, I'll do the best ones last. So these are, do you remember ALO Audio? The guy who made cables, Ken Ball? No, he was a guy who was a cable guy, and then he made amps and DACs and stuff like that, portable amps and DACs. And then he actually created a new brand, Campfire Audio, where he does IEMs and stuff like that. And these are kind of, imagine like his take on what he liked about ultrasone. He was big on ultrasone stuff. So they're kind of very V-shaped, very ultrasone tuning and covered in dust. This is going to be obvious because they've been hanging on the rack for a bit. And I've just got an aftermarket cable on them at the moment. But they're kind of his portable. It's really cool. You can actually just pull one of the cups off. The cups just are magnetic. You can actually very carefully pull it off because it's got a little thing behind it. But you can just pull this off.
Oh, okay.
Like this. And it's got a tuning. They've got little tuning things you could put on over the top here. Sorry, not here. and they're just magnetic, so
Cool.
it's novel, and they're pretty funky. If you like ultrasound kind of sound, they're really good. So they are about $700-800 too.
Oh,
Not that
okay.
expensive. So $2,000 was an interesting guess. Ken will
Yeah.
be really happy. The last one.
Interesting machine.
The last ones are like way out of left field. So this guy, years ago on Headfight, this guy from Romania was rebranding these OEM kind of woodcup headphones, and then we didn't disregarded him.
Uh-huh.
And then he came out with these really funky $300 headphones, which might be sitting around behind me. And do I have a pair floating around? I don't. I do? I don't. I don't have to find them somewhere else. And so, which were really cleverly designed. And then we thought, well, I hope he can make some a bit more high-end headphones. And he partnered with this company called Renaro in Romania. He's from Romania.
Mm-hmm.
And then came out with these, and everyone's like, what? This guy who's just never done high-end headphones before comes out with this company in Romania. And then custom CNCs and the full kit, his own headphones. And they're very, very good sounding. So they are $3,000. You were spot on.
Oh, okay.
So they are currently... Yeah, they're just being released like April. So
Cool.
they look awesome. They look like high-end headphones.
Mhm.
As you can see, they're all unique. So I remember you had Sony R10s. So I'm thinking they really would exceed. I think are better than the Sony R10s. They're going from memory, of course. So, but it's come a long way.
Yeah, these pads look really plush.
Yeah, it's a good thing of pad. I think the deepest pads I think I've had in a pair of headphones so far.
Very cool.